What is up, guys? Welcome back, Loud and Proud fam. I am hoping that you guys are enjoying the videos. I'm trying to do my best. I'm out of town right now, so I don't have my truck, and I do have mods waiting for me at home. Trust me, guys, it's killing me right now not being able to be home with my truck doing my build, because I know that you guys are really waiting on those videos, and I'm really anxious about getting to making them. So hopefully you guys are still enjoying what I'm trying to put out for you guys, though, and you guys are really appreciating, you know, my at least efforts to get you guys a video every day still. So I really do appreciate you guys sticking in, watching the videos. It means a lot, and I'm very thankful for it. So today we're going to be doing basically 6.7 versus 6.0, not a pull test, nothing like that, just what's more practical, what makes more financial sense. So what we're gonna do now, I am no diesel guru. I do not know every in and out of every diesel truck. I'm no mechanic by any means, but from what I've heard and from what I know, I'm just gonna give you my opinion and what makes more sense, I guess for me at least, between the two trucks. You know, you're gonna get something newer or older, but in all reality, what are you going to have in the cost of a 6.0 or in the total initial, total investment in a 6.7, to get the truck reliable, solid, and roadworthy to where you don't have to worry about, a lot of upkeep and problems, trucks breaking and having issues. So let's get into that and see if we can't get down to the bottom of this and see which truck would make more sense for you to own. Now, when it comes to the trucks, to be honest, the 6.7 looks really good, but the 6.0 also just has a really good look to it. Hood's open because my buddy Joshua just did a video on his truck, and he was going through some of the mods done to it. But basically, they're both good looking trucks. They're just different. You're just different generations. There's almost a decade in between the two, but this truck is still a very smooth riding truck, has a lot of the nice comfort features that you would want in a truck, and especially for back when this truck was new, it had a lot of options, really clean, great interior. No real complaints with that. For an older truck, the thing is awesome. For this truck, if you want to go take a peek inside this one, you're looking at a whole nother beast. It went from like just a manly, simple, but practical, old, truck, not old, but you know what I mean, to just basically like, Ford Cadillac, I guess you could say. Just a really luxurious ride. You got heated seats, heated and cooled in the front, heated in the rear. You just got a lot of options. That's a lot of truck for the money. Pretty good deal when you're looking around at the cost of a new truck. For what you got, for what everything else is going for, it's a pretty good buy. So great deal on the truck, great truck to buy new, runs great, at this point. But what we want to get into, what it's going to cost you to basically buy one of these used, for the most part, used 6.7, get it to where you want it, what it's going to cost you roughly, and one of these used, and what it's going to cost you roughly. End result, what are you going to have into a truck? Is it would it make more sense if you're just wanting a nice diesel to go 6.0, let's say, and and I'll give you your reasons why I'm, comparing this truck and not, like with the 7.3. Well, A, I'm out of town, but, B, they're a little more, it just makes a little bit more sense. They both have a couple flaws that you need to work with. For the 6.0, let's get into this. They ride smoother than a 7.3, but not quite as smooth as a new truck. Obviously, they're still a little bit dated, not a whole lot, but they're a little bit dated, but they do have a nicer suspension ride than a 7.3. For a 6.0, you're probably looking at $10,000 to $15,000 to buy one of these trucks, and you're probably going to look at, and I know this prices, they vary, I'm just giving you a range, and then you're probably looking at close to 20 grand bulletproofed, all said and done, if you're paying for the work, all the deleting everything, get everything taken care of. You're probably going to be in this truck 20 grand all said and done to get this truck where you want it, solid, reliable, roadworthy, to where you can drive this down the road and you're not going to have to think, I wonder if I'm going to make it back and whatever, it's going to start up after I park, that type of deal. And I'm being a little bit dramatic there, but you know what I'm saying. You could be in 20 grand for this truck, let's say, all said and done by time you bulletproof it, all the deletes and all that crap. Or you could be in more depending on the condition of the truck. If you're coming over to the 6.7 from that perspective, you're looking at probably, and I'm being a little bit conservative here because these trucks are still fairly new, and so they're still pretty expensive. You're going to go with one of the earlier 6.7s, you're probably going to look at about 30 grand, give or take, for a pre-owned one of these trucks, 80 to 100,000 miles, maybe 110,000 miles on it. For these trucks, most of them are probably around 200,000 miles, give or take. But like I said, that totally varies. You could get a great deal. I'm just trying to give some perspective. This truck, you're probably going to look at about 30 grand, give or take, for the truck used. And then what you're going to have to do is probably get a remanufactured turbo, because these turbos, basically Ford just kind of said, let's give them a turbo that's just good enough to, fulfill the warranty. After that, I don't really care how it ends up. Just give them a turbo that's gonna last 100,000 miles, and after that I don't really care. So basically they've got cheap turbos in these trucks, and I'm not just slamming for it on that. I mean, I don't know what the reasons were for it. Maybe they didn't know any better, but I'm guessing it was kind of like a money thing, trying to just save on it and get it to where it was good enough. Basically, so these turbos, and I had a guy message, and he's like, basically there's no way, because I told him, between wheels, this is off topic a little bit, between wheels, tires, deleting, all that good stuff, tuning it, and a new remanufactured turbo and all this stuff, you could be in a 10 grand minimum, bare minimum 10 grand for all that stuff to get done. You're talking about $3,500 for wheels and tires. You're talking about $4,500 for a remanufactured turbo, deleting the whole thing, all that stuff. He's like, where are you getting your work done for 10 grand to get all that stuff done? Dude, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of parts. That's a lot of money. It's easy to spend 10 grand. Trust me. You guys act like it's a hard thing to do. It's easy. I'm only 17, and I've spent, like, between the cost of my truck and all the parts I've already bought for it, I'm in like 15 grand almost on my truck already. So it's not hard to do, and that's in 2 months. Okay, that is not hard to do. So you're probably looking at, just to get it reliable, get rid of the DEF crap. So basically delete the whole crap, delete the truck, and to get a remanufactured turbo, you're probably looking at about $5,000 to $6,000 between a remanufactured turbo and deleting the whole thing. And like I said, guys, these are not exact numbers down to the penny. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of perspective. So you could be in, let's say, $35,000 to $38,000 on one of these trucks to buy it pre-owned in half decent shape, a decent truck, let's say a Lariat package, get the whole thing deleted, and to get a remanufactured turbo that's going to actually last the life of the truck. And in this truck, you're probably going to be in $10,000 to $15,000 for the truck, and you're probably going to be in, I don't know, another $3,000 to $6,000 depending on where you go, if you do it yourself, if you're just whatever, to get this truck completely bulletproofed and at least roadworthy and solid, reliable. So I mean, it's just kind of a trade-off. Would you want to be in over 20 grand ish for this truck, or would you rather be in 30 to 35,000 on this truck to have all a softer ride, all the updated features, new and improved, luxurious, updated, just newer, or this truck, which is still updated from the old stuff, definitely rides a lot better, great looking vehicle, but you're also not going to be in $38,000, $35,000 to $38,000, and you'll still have a solid truck. It's just kind of, it comes down to preference, because at that point it's just what's your budget and what are you okay with. Some people, they got to have something a little bit newer, at least within the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Some people are okay with a truck that's a decade old. They don't really care, as long as it can haul a trailer, they're good to go. And it has a couple of the nice features like the newer ones have, just obviously new and improved, updated look, but it still has those comfort features. So if it were me, what would I choose if I had to choose between a 6.7 and a 6.0 when it comes down to how much the cost is going to be, features that I like and that I would prefer? It's a tough one because neither of them are bad trucks. These trucks have a bad rep, but I mean, they're really not a bad truck once you have all the work done. Are you going to be in quite a bit compared to like buying a 7.3 that's just in really good shape? Yeah, you're going to pay quite a bit more, but you also get a nicer looking, updated, softer riding truck with a little bit more luxurious on the interior. My preference, I would probably have to say, and it's hard for me to say this because, I'm 17 and I don't have like loads of cash on me right now. So really either of these I couldn't just go out and buy right now unless I was want to make payments, and of course I could. I can afford that, but I'd probably have to go 6.7, and I'll tell you why. I love this body style. I love the motor. I haven't heard a lot of crap about these motors, and of course they haven't been around forever, so things always pop up as years go on, but it'd just be a simple truck to to have done in terms of just turbo, deleting it, and you're pretty good. And you've got a beautiful newer style truck, looks amazing. I would just prefer that. Got a lot of features in it, a lot of nice features. Truck's just updated. I love the freaking cosmetics of the truck. It just looks good, it just looks clean, looks well made, and I love it. These trucks ride so soft. Pulling a gooseneck with 20,000 pounds on it, I mean, this thing just cruises like a Cadillac down the road. You don't even feel it. This truck does not break a sweat going down the road. So I just love that about this truck. Haven't towed with this truck, so I can't speak for it, but I would imagine it does not pull quite as nice. I'm imagining probably got to pull a little, work a little bit more to pull that, load down the road. Not that I do a lot of towing with my trucks. I mean, to an extent of like extreme like that, but I would probably have to go with the 6.7. So basically that sums it up for me. What makes sense? What makes more sense to you guys? $35,000 to $38,000 to have one of these trucks, bought, used, and total investment, bought, deleted, new, remanufactured turbo, or let's say this truck, that you're gonna have, bulletproofing, all that stuff, deleting, and then basically you're gonna be in probably around 20 grand, a little bit more, a little bit less. It really depends on the deal you get on the truck, who you have to do the work, where you buy your parts, all that jazz. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It wasn't really anything like crazy, and I know I'm probably gonna get some hate down in the comments because they just want me to somehow magically pop up in Indiana within the next 5 minutes and start making my Cummins videos again, and they're mad that because I'm not there right now, but this is just how it is. I gotta have a little bit of time up here with some really good friends and family, so hope you guys really understand that. Hopefully you guys can kind of see where I'm coming from and how I'm still at least trying to put in the effort to bring you guys videos. So please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Doing what I love, going day to day, but I know it takes time and I'm patiently waiting. Sometimes I contemplate, cause one day you feel so close and the next is out of sight. But I know I gotta hold on tight to go back to just going out every night. Like if I'm about to let it go now, I can live alright, live a normal life, doing 9 to 5, but I know I'm more than that. I gained this skill, wasn't born with that. At the